Hello and welcome to the Freya tutorial brought to you by wowguidesnow.com. In this tutorial, I'll first explain the basics of this fight, followed by a full 25-man ready encounter footage. For more information and discussion on the topic, please click the link in the movie description if you're watching this on YouTube, to be redirected to wowguidesnow.com. When facing Freya, you will not be able to confront her directly from the start, because she has a massive healing buff that will overheal everything you do to her. Instead, you will be facing 6 ad groups that will be summoned one after the other. Each group killed will reduce the healing buff, and will allow you to start phase 2 where you finish her off. Let's put Freya aside for the time being, and examine the ad group types. The first group is a 3 ads group: Snaplasher, Stormlasher, and Ancient Water Spirit. They aren't that dangerous all by themselves, but they will need to die approximately at the same time, or they will resurrect each other. Start off with the Snaplasher. When Snaplasher is being attacked, it starts stacking a buff on itself, increasing its damage. When the buff reaches about 30 stacks, stop the DPS on the Snaplasher, and DPS the other 2 remaining mobs. The buff will fade after a few seconds. When the 2 remaining mobs are low on health, about 15%, turn back to the Snaplasher, finish him and then the other 2. The second ad group is in fact one giant keeper that prevents all spells and abilities. The only way to use abilities is to stand on the giant mushrooms that will start growing all over the place. However, beware, random players will receive the Nature's Fury debuff that will cause AoE damage around the said player. He needs to stay clear away from the raid. The final ads group type is the Detonating Lashes. These little mobs will randomly run between your raid members and keep changing targets. Get your whole raid close together so that they can be easily AoE'd, but stop when they are at low health. Then spread the raid and let your DPS kill them with single target spells, since they will explode when they die, and you don't want the healers to be overwhelmed when too many explode at the same time. In total, there will be 6 ad groups. That means that you will be facing each ad group type twice in random order. After 6 groups are killed, phase 2 will start, which is incredibly easy. Just tank and spank Freya and keep her moving to avoid the nature bombs that she places on the ground. Those are in fact small time bombs that will explode and knock back nearby players. One final ad I haven't mentioned till now is the Aeonir's Gift. That is in fact a beautiful tree that will spawn and start growing very fast. It dies easily and should be killed ASAP, or it will heal all the mobs. It spawns throughout all the different stages of the fight. Let's switch to the encounter footage. The fight starts and we are DPSing Freya. Now remember that this DPS doesn't make any difference because she heals through it anyway, but we just want to make her summon the first ad. The first group to spawn is the 3 ads group. We immediately start on the Snaplasher. Watch how we stop the DPS when the buff on it reaches 34. When you stop the DPS, make sure that AoEs and pets don't accidentally keep attacking it and increasing the buff any further. We are turning to deal with the other 2 mobs, and you can already see here the beautiful tree spawning, so we give it priority and kill it. Back to the ads, they are dropping down pretty fast. They are low on health, so we finish off all 3 of them. And the next mob to spawn is the Ancient. We stand under the mushrooms and continue DPS while the Nature's Fury victims stay away from the raid. Another beautiful tree. And now it's time for Detonating Lashes. We group up and AoE them. Then we spread out and single target kill the little ones, so that they don't all explode at the same time. In this group we actually got them a bit too low on health before we started single targeting them, so we did have a couple of deaths, but that's a good lesson. Now that we faced each group type once, we will meet each of them a second time. The 3 ads again, we hit Snaplasher till it gets to 38 buff counters. Then we DPS the other 2 and finally finish them all at once. Next up is the Ancient. We all stand under the mushrooms. The player with Nature's Fury gets away from the raid. And the final round of detonating lashes, grouping up and AoEing, then spreading out and single target finishing them off. Now that all 6 ad groups have been killed, it's time to DPS Freya. It's a very simple phase. The tank keeps pulling her away and we try to avoid the bombs she spawns on the floor. Those are the greenish things you see here. In no time she is killed, and that's about it. And that concludes the Freya tutorial. I hope you found it beneficial. As always, you can click the link in the movie description to be redirected to wowguidesnow.com if you're watching this on YouTube. I would like to thank Resurrection Guild, and until next time, have a great raid and killer drops.